activity. Let's have a look. Write a function, printeach, that takes an array, that uses a for loop to print each element of the array that is passed in as a parameter. Okay, so we're going to test it on a 1D array, then a 2D array, and if we're feeling crazy, a 3D array. Let's transition on over to our interpreter and script. You see I already have some stuff in there. I've got my import, and I've created a 1, 2, and 3-dimensional array. And I've also got my interpreter in the proper location. So just as a heads up, if I load up my script here, run 9.2, what's taking, oh, NumPy, could take a second to load. It's really taking a while. There we go. All right, finally loaded. If I say print 1D, it prints out everything in the array, but it prints out like the whole array, you know, it prints it out as an array. We don't want that. We want to print out each element individually. So I'm going to write a function. Def print each, and it's going to take an array just like that. Okay, and we have to use a for loop, so for each element E in R, print E. Print out the thing in the array. We have a 1D array, so I'm going to load up my script again. Called printeach on 1D. And there we go. We printed out each element in the array because we had an array of numbers. But when we move on to the 2D array, it gets a little bit different because we have an array of arrays of numbers. So if we take that top level array, what are the elements? More arrays. So we need to change our for loop. Our outside for loop should be like for each A in R, let's say A is for each array in the array. And then for each E in A, we have to indent this, we'll print out E. And just to keep things clean, I'll add an extra print statement to be called as soon as we finish the inside for loop. Just print nothing in there, just to add a new line. So I've saved it, let's reload it, and let's call it again, but this time on the 2-dimensional array. Perfect. We can see that the 2D array is printed out just fine. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, it worked. But now for a 3D array. Now we have arrays of numbers. Okay. So, I mean, it's not too crazy. We just need to do another for loop. So for A in R, and then for each A2 in A, and then for each E in A2, print out E. And I'm going to add an extra print. So we'll have 2 new lines between each like 3rd-dimensional array. Save, run that script. Oh, forgot my semicolon, always forget that. And I also forgot to indent, big mistake. There we go. Now let's call it again, but on 3D. There we go, it looks like it worked. We printed out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, double 9, 10, 11, and so on all the way down to 26, 0 to 26, that's 27 numbers, perfect, 3 by 3 by 3. Awesome, it worked.